A very good morning. This is Spencer with BillingParadise. I'm a business manager here. I'm here to talk about a denial management tool which we developed. This is part of a bigger tool that's the team Billing Bridge. Now, denials are one of the main entrances for good revenue generation. Many billing companies have stumbled in creating a perfect denial system that addresses denials both timely and accurately. Now, before going further, let me ask you a few questions. Now, is your AR showing an inclined trend? Does it bother you when you lose money on a simple denial? Do you run reports regularly to track your denials? If your answer is yes to all these questions, then we have built in a perfect tool that's going to make you say no to all these questions. Now, we had issues before where we were tracking denials in Excel sheets, assigning work orders through emails. We missed out on addressing denials both timely and accurately. So in order to streamline this, we bought this tool. Let me take you to the tool. This is the login screen here. You log in with your email address and the password will be set by you. Now, once you sign in, it will take you to the home screen. This is a work in progress. We are trying to build in dashboards here. That's going to give you a breakdown in a pictorial representation. Now, the main reason this tool was built is to have a clear understanding between the supervisor and the agent to understand the workflow process, and there is a proper accountability and ownership. Now, the first step will contain entities. That's going to be practices, providers, patients, and insurances. This is basically a dictionary of data that gives you all the practice informations, the address, the phone numbers, and the same thing for providers. A little bit more depth. It's going to give you the NPI number, the PIN-TAG number, the credentialing details, and same for patients, their date of birth, their own phone number, their addresses, and insurance. It's pretty much the same thing. Now, the next tab is going to talk about the pending denials. Now, this is a complete list of denials that has been worked. However, it requires some additional information or some coding inputs, or some of them have been worked once and it's been sent back for certain reviews. So you would see the action item saying there and what is the status saying, whether it's a coding denial or additional provider information and so on. This will give you details such as CPT, the build, the diagnosis code, the insurance company name, date of service, and days-AR. This is actually a very interesting piece of information that actually tells you as of now how long it's been there in a AR bucket. Say the first one, it's 11/1/2017, so that's 106 days. This actually tells you, it actually helps you in prioritizing the work order. You can actually go from the largest number, you can work on that, to the smallest number. So that actually gives you a better sort of information there. Now, if you want to click here, there you go. You have a perfect breakdown of information: the denial number, the denial date, the remark code, the denial code, the description, and the claim number here with the chart number, the patient name, the date of service, the procedure involved, and let me scroll up again. Okay, this is the explanation of benefits that's been stored. There you go. So this is a perfect piece of information. You can just click and see if there is any sort of data discrepancy, or you can view for other informations as well. So once you scroll down, it will give you the status code as coding denial and the action code as need coding assistance. Might be for a non-covered service under Medicaid fees, so it has been sent for coding for the reviews. Now, once you work on this account, again, if the coding team works, they're gonna jot in some notes, and they're going to change the status code or an action code accordingly, and they'll press submit out here. So moving to the next screen, this is the completed denials. Now these denials have already been worked. It's been self-resolved by the agent, or it's been sent to the coding, they have corrected the code and resubmitted, or they have been billed to the patient because of a non-covered service. There you see that's a coverage denial. On the third row, if you click view, you give you much better. There you go. It says that it's been covered by another payer by coordination of benefits, and it's moved to the patient. Okay, so in this scenario we don't have that detail of what the other insurance company name is, so it's actually sent to the patient to figure out what it is. You have the follow-up notes here, and it's been assigned by and assigned to. It's pretty much the same thing what you saw in the pending denials thing. So these are basically denials that has been worked and it's been resolved. Not necessarily it's zeroed out, but it's been either billed to the insurance company again or billed to the patient, so on. Now coming back to the next tab, that's the My Queue. This is a complete list. If I'm an agent, I'll get all the details here. What is my work order? Accountability and ownership would come only when your work order is defined clearly, and My Queue does exactly that. There is no way a denial would go untouched when it is moved to this queue. You would pretty much have everything same as what is pending denials columns are. It is just that this actually tells the executive what is their perfect work order and how they can work by the days in AR. Now there is no way that they can go back on denials getting unaddressed or getting denied as untimely worked on denials. On the top, this actually tells you a breakdown, just a pie diagram by practice, what all their denial count is. So we can just look at, just go there and click it and it pops out information. Lakeview Behavioral Health shows at 2.98%. The Otterson Mental Health is the topmost with 20%. And the next one is by insurances, that is BCBS of Minnesota with 21%, and the topmost being Medicare with 22%. And this is by status. The closed one to be on the top, that is 37%, closely followed by the coverage denial standing at 12%, and additional patient information at 9.5%. So this is just a pictorial representation of how your queue stands and where they are in terms of practice, insurances, and statuses. Now going to the metrics. Again, a very good representation of how your work order, of how the work order is in general as such. The first one goes with the practice and tells you the count of denials by practice. The top one being Orange of Podiatry with 496. and followed by Virginia stack 344. Now you have a perfect view there. You can actually scroll down, see what is going on with these practices, sort of stretch your work order in that way. Going towards your right, these are denials by value with the same practices, and again odd off with a 496 count. This shows 118k worth of claims sitting there at the denial bucket. Strangely, 360 degrees with just hardly 13 claims, standing at 76k, being the second most. Looks like they are doing a lot of expensive services. Now, followed by Virginia stack with 59k. You can actually set your work order in such a way that you address these practices first, so that it actually trends with the other practices as well in a similar fashion. Coming down, you will see overall denials code received. This is by denials code. That actually tells you that CO16 additional information at 227, followed by 18 again at 191, and towards your right hand side it's denial by insurances. This gives you by insurance detail, and Medicare being the top with 652, followed by BCBS of Minnesota at 391. Drag down further, you'll see denial by current status, whether it's new or it's under process, moved to patient, and looks like pretty much everything is new. It's currently sitting in new, so that's a good sign, but it's I guess some point of time it's going to be worked. Towards your right hand side, it's denials by CPT. Now on this one, you see your topmost CPT being 90834 with 420 count. Seems to be some sort of a denial that actually making this pile up. So you can actually scroll down your denials, find out if there is some sort of a coding or something that has been causing this move up. So you will find a trend there. This is a perfect example how to trend it. You can bring this down rigorously if you find out what's the root cause. Dragging down further, it'll give you towards your left is denial by status code, closed being on the top at 137k. It's a very good sign. Followed by coverage denials at 73k, again rejected again at the 73k. Towards your right hand side, it's denial by action, your topmost being the closed again. That's a very good sign there. And filed to insurances at 120k. So this tab is more of pictorial representation. At the same time, you see that you can trend it, you can sort your work order and do some sort of analytics here that actually brings your denials even further down. Now towards your last is your knowledge base. Knowledge base is pretty much like setting out instructions. So once you break down, you will see some sort of expansion sometimes, or you can even put recommendations. You can add in several things here. This is basically telling you sort of a crosswalk where they are actually doing that, and remark code and their descriptions as well. So this is basically a thing that actually you can look up and sort of get your informations for. So that brings to the end of denial management system. Hope this is more informative for you, and I guess we have seen a lot that will help us understand denials better and how to sort our work order in such a way that brings down denials considerably over a period of time. I'm really excited about this tool, and I hope you do so. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for watching this video. For more details visit www.billingparadise.com/rcmtools/denial manager.